to New Money Fight Club. I'm here with the man himself, Ricardo Diaz. We've met before. We've interviewed this man. We've had a really nice time chatting with him on the podcast before. And his last fight fell through, right?
Yeah,
there was a little bit of problem beforehand.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about what happened at the last match?
I think he got some problem like in the elbow or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't like to say too much.
Oh, of course, yeah. He's a gentleman. I like it. Yeah. So he's in camp, you know, like 3 months, and then another 3 months. So now we got this man. It's like a bow and arrow. You pull it back, and it's just a lot of potential energy. 6 months he's been in camp. Finally, the fight's lined up. He's going to be fighting Anthony Romero for the vacant bantamweight title, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, it's going to be a barn burner, I'm sure.
I'm excited.
Yeah, what have you been working on in this 6 months in camp?
Yeah, honest everything. Like, I'm training a lot. I training years a lot. So, but now I think this is the most time I gotta like still in camp. You know, like 6 months I training grappling, striking, conditional, everything. So everybody's in my gym, the King's MMA.
Yeah, King's right.
Yeah. So you train really hard for this fight.
I bet.
I'm ready. You know, for every
legendary
situation.
School. Glad, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. So.
I'm ready for all situations in the fight.
So Anthony, he's coming off a fight of the night knockout, right?
Yeah.
And he's a real crowd favorite. He's a really entertaining fighter. Seems like a good brawler, and he's very well-rounded, you know?
Yeah.
What do you think he's going to be bringing to this fight? What kind of game is he going to want to play? And how are you going to take it away from him?
It's hard to say about him, you know. So I don't know what he's gonna try do in the fight. I just say about myself. So I know. So I'm ready for all situations. Doesn't matter. It's gonna be on the ground, on top. So it's gonna be nice, you know.
So this is going to be at UNF 16, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be in March.
Yeah,
right?
in March.
So you still have
February.
Or excuse me, February, right?
Yeah,
but you still have a few weeks to go for this, and so you're going to taper down your camp. At 6 months of this intense training, you must have to slow it down a little bit as we get closer to the fight, right?
Yes. Like when I received like the notice, the fight had to reschedule. So I took a little bit time, you know, because I was in camp. I was like 1 week before in the fight. I was almost ready. I was ready to fight. I was start like cutting my weight, and then I had to stop.
Yeah.
I took a little bit time because if you keep training hard, maybe I could get some injury, something. So, and then I took a little time. So maybe like 1 week. I didn't stop training, but I put a little bit more light, you know. And then back in the game again.
Back in it.
Yeah.
So as we get closer to the fight, and we're about a week or 2 weeks out, I like to ask fighters, you know, how does your mindset change as you know, and you're a veteran, man. You've been around for a long time. You've had a lot of competitions. That fight week, as we get closer to the fight, what happens to your mindset as you know you're going to take that walk and get in that cage with that man?
Honest, 1 week, 2 weeks before the fight, just think about it, what I'm going to eat after the fight.
Yeah. All right, well, what's it going to be? What's that meal going to be?
Yeah, for sure, like some Brazilian barbecue, some pizza, something. But about the fight, I keeping my focus. So what I want to do in the fight, and then what I did before in the fights, like about the trainings, everything. You know, I try recognize everything is my mind, and I like keep sharp. Because like no foods in the core in your body, you know. So your mind's like,
You're sharper when you're fasting a little
sharp,
bit.
You know, this is my goal, and I try to do everything as possible can do in the fight.
So you have a lot of experience. This is not your first time getting in the cage.
Yeah.
So you have this game plan, and you keep mentioning in this interview, you can only focus on your plan and what you're going to do. But once the bell rings, too, then there's chaos. Yeah. It's a fight, you know.
Yeah. You never know what.
You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So how do you stay on your game plan when we say he starts throwing something unexpected? You know. Do you train for that too? So unexpected situations.
I do a lot of situations and what are going to happen in the fight. But honestly, yeah, you are right. So you never know what's going to happen in the fight, right? So, but it's going to be surprising because in my mind, my mind thinks really fast. I get adaptations every situation in the fight. When I have something, I try another thing. So I follow my plan game, but sometimes I can change in seconds in the fight, you know?
Yeah, you got to learn to be adaptable. That's part of the game plan,
I got
right?
adaptations there, so yeah.
Interesting.
This is my game. This is a good game, you know?
All right. Well, okay, Ricardo, friend of the podcast. It's really great to see you again, brother. And I'm looking forward to having that interview with you after the fight.
Sure. Yeah.
Hopefully you'll be wearing that belt.
Yeah.
I think you deserve it, man. Yeah. All right.
I
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. Enjoy the day.
Okay, thank you.
We're out.